Hello, everybody. My name is Parmis, and it's my honor being here and talk about how we can support English learners by using an asset-based approach, creating culturally inclusive classrooms, and building strong connections between home, school, and community. The first step, I want to talk about culturally responsive teaching. What does that mean exactly? Cultural influences play a very important role in teaching and learning. Every student comes to the classroom with their own background, language, experiences, and values. These factors affect how they understand information, communicate, and learn. Cultural competence means that as teachers, we understand, respect, and value these differences. It's not just about knowing students' cultures, but also about using that knowledge to support instruction and our students. When teachers are culturally competent, they create lessons that connect with students' real lives, helping students feel more confident and motivated. In my classroom, I would integrate students' cultural values and beliefs by including diverse books, examples, and activities. I would also give students opportunities to share their experiences, such as talking about their family traditions or language. This helps students feel proud of their identity and builds a strong classroom community. And now I want to talk about culture in student learning and inclusive environment. Culture plays a key role in student learning because it shapes how students think, communicate, and interact. When students feel that their culture is respected, they are more engaged and willing to practice. The classroom environment also affects language acquisition. If the classroom is supportive, safe, and inclusive, students feel comfortable taking risks, talk, making mistakes, and learning a new language. However, if students feel ignored or misunderstood, they may become quiet or disengaged and shy. To create an inclusive environment, I would also use visuals, gestures, and clear instructions to support understanding. I would also create a respectful classroom culture where all students feel safe to express themselves. Encouraging collaboration and peer interaction is also very important. And now I want to talk about cultural diversity and leveraging assets. To support and celebrate cultural diversity, I would use strategies such as using culturally diverse books and materials, as I mentioned at the top, connecting lessons to students' backgrounds, encouraging students to share their experiences. I also believe it's very important to leverage students' home language as assets. For example, I would allow students to use their home language when needed, especially during brainstorming or group work. I can also use tools like translations or visuals to support understanding. Instead of seeing language differences as a challenge, I see them as a strength that helps students learn and grow. and how we can support EL identities and needs. English learners have different strengths, needs, and identities. We all know that. So it's important to use differentiated instruction. Some strategies I would use include visuals and modeling, repetition and scaffolding, small group instruction. For students with special needs, I would provide additional support such as extra time, simplified instructions, and flexible ways to show understanding. Also, there can be some helping tools for special needs children. And what are routines and procedures? Understanding students' social, emotional, and cultural needs is very important when creating classroom routines. Clear routines help students feel safe and know what to expect. For example, I would use consistent routines, visual schedules, and clear expectations. This is especially helpful for English learners because it reduces confusion and helps them focus on learning. When routines are supportive and culturally responsive, students feel more comfortable and confident in the classroom. And what does home and school connections mean? Families and community practices, also called funds of knowledge, play a very important role in language learning. Students bring valuable knowledge from their home, such as language, culture, and experiences. As a teacher, I would build strong relationships with families by communicating regularly, respecting their language and culture, inviting them to participate in classroom activities. For example, I can send message in home language, use translation tools, and invite families to share their traditions. And now I want to talk about family, community, and school partnerships. Strong partnerships between school, family, and community are very important for student success. Some strategies I would use include using multilingual communication, involving families in school events, providing resources to support learning at home, and I would also create opportunities for family to feel welcome and valued in the school community. This helps build trust and supports student learning both inside and outside the classroom. And at the end, I have to add supporting English learners needs an asset-based approach that recognizes students' language and culture strengths as strengths. By creating inclusive classrooms, supporting students' needs, and building strong relationships with families, we can help all students feel confident, valued, and successful. Thank you to listen to me, and hopefully it was beneficial for all your knowledges. Have a great day.